Els Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. I'm your host, Steve Gill, and I'm live. Well, at my age, being live is a good thing. All right, so it's a wonderful Sunday morning. So let's talk about the Browns post OTAs and what I've been hearing after OTAs, what people think are going to happen. I mean, we're less than a month from training camp. My God, after that last game against Baltimore, I never thought we'd get here. Thank goodness we are. But let's talk about what I've been hearing post OTAs. I know a lot of people are thinking that the only unsigned draft pick, Quinshon Judkins, that there might be a problem. You're probably going to see, as this progresses towards training camp, you're probably going to see people doing clickbait articles how there's animosity towards between the team and the player. That's a load of crap. Right now, all the second round draft picks want guaranteed money. Now, I believe only two second round picks have signed, and both got guaranteed money. One was Carson Schlesinger, the linebacker out of UCLA that the Browns drafted at number 33. That kind of set the table for the entire second round. But what really got everything going was New Orleans drafting Shuck, and he wants guaranteed money. So this is all just about guaranteed money. The Browns and Quinshon Judkins are in a great place. There's no animosity. They like his attitude. They like what he did in OTAs. So, they fully expect him to be a training camp participant, be signed, sealed, delivered before that. He's happy, team's happy. They're just waiting to see what happens when other draft picks that were taken in the second round sign their contracts, get the ball rolling. So, and they love this quarterback room. I've been told that they are very happy with both him and Dylan Sampson. Both fit their wide zone concept. Judkins, they are very impressed with him. He has excellent vision. He has excellent patience. And the coaching staff told the person that I talked to that this is rarely seen in a rookie. His kind of patience and vision. And as for Sampson, his quickness, his burst, and they are going to use him in the receiving concept of this offense. So they are very happy with both. I mean, both have patience. Both wait till the play develops. You can't find that in rookies. It's a rarity. The last rookie who had this kind of vision and patience was Nick Chubb. So yeah, they are ready to go with this running back room. Now, Jerome Ford, he is the outlier in this. I watched a lot of games from last year, and early in the season, he carried this team. He really did. Now, we all know about the contract restructure that he did. So he either has to make the team or be traded. Um, I don't know if he makes the team or not. I'd keep him just for his kickoff returns. I think he averaged like 25, 26 yards a return last year, and special teams totally sucked last year. That's a major accomplishment. So I'd keep him just for that. And plus, he and Sampson, they're not really the same back. Sampson's a little bit smaller. His target zone for catching the ball is a little smaller. But once he gets into open space, he's quicker, he's faster, and he's got that breakaway speed. So the running back room, who else have you got? Pierre Strong? I mean, you got to really think about this. Everybody was upset that Nick Chubb left. And I've been told that the Browns fully anticipated him coming back. But when Nick Chubb's representatives told the team that they were going to explore free agency before free agency ever started, that the team kind of got the drift that Nick Chubb wasn't going to come back that early in the process. But they talked to him. They talked to his reps once a week, kept communications because that's what good teams do. But his reps didn't seem eager to do a deal. Then when you get close to the draft, they said they cut off communications saying they wanted to wait till the draft was over. So the Browns, they had to do what they had to do. They had to take their bell cow, their new bell cow back, Quinshon Judkins, in the second round. And they really got lucky to get Dylan Sampson where they drafted him. But even after that, the Browns were still willing to bring Nick Chubb back with a competitive offer. But his representatives made the business decision not to come back to the Browns. And that's totally up to him. There's no animosity. They still love Nick Chubb, and they wish him well, as all of us do. Let's take a quick break. That break is for recording later, but if you really want to know, this podcast is brought to you by, never mind. All right, so let's move on. So we talked about the running back room. Everything's going great. So let's talk about some other things involved. First of all, Mike Hall. Mike Hall, injured. What you're going to see when training camp starts is him working on the side. So don't get all freaked out about that. I've been told he's progressing nicely. He might not be ready totally for the beginning of training camp, but he is progressing nicely. He will participate in training camp. But when training camp opens and everything starts, he will be working on the side. They want to make sure he's healthy. So you're going to see a lot of people on social media go, oh, another wasted draft pick by Andrew Berry. No, they want to make sure he's healthy because this defensive line finally got the pieces that Jim Schwartz wants. Okoronkwo was cut the other day. They tried to work out a contract with him to reduce that $6 million he was going to make this year. One thing I didn't know, out of all the defensive ends on this team, he was the oldest defensive end. I didn't know that. And they want to go younger. They have Isaiah McGuire. They got Alex Wright. So they want to go younger. So, yeah, it makes sense. I've been saying I thought they'd be able to trade him. But obviously, when he said no to a contract reduction, they had no other choice, and they did him a favor. Now he has 3 weeks to catch on with another team, and agents love that when you do your players a favor. So they still have a good relationship with Okoronkwo's agent. The other thing I've heard was about Maliek Collins. Jim Schwartz is very happy with Maliek Collins. This is a guy that he wanted. He wants to get his defensive line back to the way it was in 2023 when they were putting pressure on the quarterback from every defensive line position. It fell apart last year, and you don't blame him. The offense sucked last year at the end of the season. And the defense was on the field way too much the last 5-6 weeks of the season. They could not maintain it. Now, like I've said, I've gone back and watched all the games. And early in the season, the main problem was they couldn't stop the run. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. But by the time the fourth quarter came around, the defense was not only stopping the run, it was stopping the opponents. They had every opportunity to win 3 games that they lost: Raiders, Giants, Eagles. They could have won each of those games because the defense was playing well late in the game. But now Jim Schwartz has what he wants. He has Malik Collins. He's got Mason Graham. The coaching staff completely happy with Mason Graham. He is soaking everything up with a sponge right now. He's very aggressive. The guy I talked to said his base is, he's got a solid base. For those of you who know about defensive lines, a lot more than I do, he's got a good anchor from the waist down. So he gets good position on the offensive lineman through his through his legs. That's an excellent thing. So Mason Graham, Malik Collins, Michael Hall will play. He's just going to take a little more time. They want to make sure he's healthy. They are completely happy with Deontay Johnson. As it was put to me, so far so good. He's shown a lot of professionalism and quality in his learning. So that's good news. Speaking of wide receivers, a lot of people asked about Terry McLaurin and Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk has never been on their radar, and either is McLaurin. No more. One thing I did find interesting was that the wide receiver, the undrafted rookie wide receiver, Keshawn Johnson out of Western Kentucky, they are very impressed with him. He showed up at training camp willing to learn, and he's very athletic. He's like 6 foot, 216, 220 pounds, which is good size for a wide receiver. Watch out for him. I don't think he's going to break the, barring injury, I don't think he's going to break the 53-man roster. By the way, I have a new article out today. Post OTAs, my 53-man roster prediction. Give it a read. Tell me what you think. But he definitely make the practice squad. But barring injury, you never know. Undrafted rookie free agents have made this team in the past. What else? One thing that I found interesting, the person I talked to, he gets in depth with a lot of things, the progress on OTAs, the rookies, the undrafted rookie free agents, the new signing players. He talks about everything to individuals in Berea. And the amazing thing he said was that in all his conversations, all his discussions, everything moving forward, looking at the whole process, everything going forward with the new offense, resurrecting the defense, everything that he has been told, he has found it interesting that nobody, even players, coaches, front office people, nobody mentions Deshaun Watson. No one. That should tell you where this team is with Deshaun Watson. So if you see anything on social media, like John and I had talked about on Thursday, anything on social media that would even suggest Deshaun Watson is going to have some role to play in 2025, they're not even thinking about it. He's not even in the conversation. Yes, he's in Berea. Yes, he's working out. They want to keep an eye on him. But no, he's not even in the discussion. So Don't let anybody tell you that Deshaun Watson is going to be involved in anything that this team has going forward in 2025. Ain't going to happen. So that was good news. So I hope some of these little tidbits have helped you out. John and I talked a little bit about Dustin Hopkins. They think his problem is between his ears and not between the upright. They hope he'll bounce back to 2023. They're confident that he will, but they are keeping a very close eye on it in training camp. This should make you feel a lot better. If anything goes awry with Dustin Hopkins, they will move on. They realize that the special teams, let's face facts, they sucked last year. And another thing, when I do my final 53-man roster predictions, I take into consideration players on the roster who can play special teams. I'll give you a perfect example. The tackle they signed, Jackson Barton. Not much said about him. He's 150 snaps, professional snaps at right tackle, maybe 6 or 7 at left tackle. Some people mentioned his size. It's equivalent to Cornelius Lucas and DeJuan Jones. He's 6'7". Lucas is 6'9". DeJuan Jones is 6'8". A lot of big tackles. A lot of big tackles. But the one thing, after diving in and taking a look at him, he plays special teams. So anytime you look at any prediction for the 53-man roster, keep in mind they also have to improve the special